of night.
It just occurred to me that since Lieutenant Diedrichson was an American, that he might have contacted you.
Oh, he probably didn't know we were here. And you know, people aren't always as grateful as they should be. Once he left the hospital, your father and I never heard from him again.
Neither did I.
Hey, Miss B, I gotta go out for a few minutes.
Out where, Sharkey?
Hello, Miss Bryson. Kincaid wants me to juice up the car. He's got a long drive this afternoon, you know.
Long drive?
A financial errand.
Oh, of course. Well, Sharkey, do as he says.
Yeah, right, yeah. All right, somebody's at the gate. It's probably just delivery. I'll get it.
Why do I dislike that man so much?
I'll see if your father's awake.
Thank you.
What the hell's the matter with you? Why do you keep bugging me?
Sharkey, I have to talk to you.
I'm busy. I got things to do. Go away, Emily, and stay away.
Sharkey, please, it is terribly important. The man I told you about, I think he's here.
Oh, God, here we go again.
Draper Scott, April Scott's husband, the one who's trying to blame this pregnancy on you. I think he's here in the clinic pretending to be a patient or something.
You're nuts.
Sharkey, just look at his picture. Would you please just look at it?
Well, look who's here.
Hello, Richie.
Do you have a minute for me?
Oh, I'm sorry, dear, but I'm very
Oh, no,
busy.
come here.
What is it?
I have you right where I want you.
Richie, what do you think you're doing?
Do I have to explain it to you?
Richie, are you drunk?
No, sober as a judge.
Well, I don't know what's gotten into you, Richie, but I think I like it.
Well, just that I got to thinking what you told me about you and Dr. Bryson leaving, and I thought we wouldn't have a chance to get together.
Getting together is my first priority.
Well, how about a little sample?
Oh, Richie.
You've got to believe me, Nancy. I'm telling you the truth. Your face wasn't changed. And this whole ugly business will soon be over. Gideon's gone for the money, the fee he owes me. He'll be back in a couple of hours. And then we're going to leave this place. Forever.
With me?
Yes, with you. We can't possibly leave you behind.
Unless I were dead.
Oh, no, Nancy, nothing's going to happen to you, I promise. But you've got to help me. You mustn't let them know the truth. Now, I've got to go. But I'll be back in an hour or so.
Get me out of here. Please, take me home. Take me home. They were lying to me, Draper. That made me curious. Why would they lie about Sharkey working in a place like this? So I had to find out.
Why would they even protect him? I mean, they don't even like the guy.
They were trying to protect themselves because they didn't want me to, a reporter, to learn the truth about what was going on out here.
What do you mean, the truth? What is the truth?
Draper, there's a patient here. A very special patient. They call him Kincaid.
Yeah.
His name is really Ira Gideon.
The embezzler?
Yes. Isn't it ironic? I was supposed to go to San Francisco and look for the man. And I found him just a short distance away from Monticello. I wish I hadn't. I wish I'd never seen him.
So that's what it's all about. You saw Gideon here, and you knew they were hiding him.
Yes. Oh, they were doing more than hiding him.
What do you mean? I mean, they were operating on his face so he could get away?
That's right. So then when they realized that I knew that, they couldn't let me go. They had to either keep me here or kill me. And actually, you know, if it weren't for Dr. Bryson right now, I'd be dead. Fortunately, though, he didn't want to go that far. And so he was the one who decided to leave the clinic.
Yeah, I heard that they were going to close it down.
Yes, because Ira Gideon agreed to give them the money. He had promised them $1 million, Draper. He's gone off somewhere to get it.
What were they going to do with you?
They're planning to leave the country. And they were going to take me with them. First, they were going to operate on my face. Mutilate me.
The operation this morning.
But then Dr. Bryson just told me that he didn't operate. He just pretended to. Just to convince the others that he'd done that. So, when you came in here, I was taking off the bandages to find out if he was telling me the truth. I was scared. Draper, will you help me?
Yeah, Nancy, I'll help you.
It hurts.
Look, Doc, the guy's gonna be back in an hour tops. He's gonna be carrying $1 million. What I wanna know right now is what's my cut?
Look, I've already told you, Sharkey, we'll be fair with you.
Yeah, your idea of fair may not be my idea of fair.
Sharkey, we are prepared to be quite generous with you. But considering the fact that you almost cost the doctor his fee, any bonus would be generous.
Yeah, well, let's just get down to figures, all right? I want to know how much I'm worth in cold, hard cash.
Oh, something in the neighborhood of $10,000?
Doc, you're in the wrong neighborhood.
All right, Sharkey. We'll go as high as 30,000. Don't forget, this fee is for professional services. Now, you're not the one who operated on
Yeah, well,
this
I'm the
computer.
one who's doing the operating now, Mrs. Bean. What you're offering is not what I'm worth because I'm an equal partner.
Oh, Sharkey, please. Please, don't be ridiculous.
You know, if you're thinking of blackmailing us, Sharkey, you should think again. You're an equal partner in only one thing, a crime. If you go and talk to the police, you'll only be implicating yourself.
Hey, Doc, I'm not that stupid. I've heard of things like immunity. I could blow the whistle on all three of you right now and walk away clean.
And then what would you have, Sharkey? Absolutely nothing. Think about that.
Hey, I'm not finished
I'm
yet.
going to check on Mrs. Karr. My God.
What's the matter?
My keys. My keys are missing. I can't find them.
Are you all right, Nancy?
So afraid. so afraid to go back to Mike. And he wouldn't know me. I couldn't bear that.
Nancy, your face is untouched.
Oh, those people! When they put me through it,
Nancy.
Draper, why are you here?
It's April, Nancy. And she traced you all the way from the Hathaway Pavilion up here.
Oh, dear, so many people involved. Where is she now?
Well, she's working in a place down the road. A place called Sid's Tavern. She's been there about 2 weeks.
Well, wait, how did you get here? I mean, the uniform is...
Now, that's a long story. They think I'm an orderly named Richie Johnson. I've been here about 4 days playing house for them. Just thank God that I stayed long enough to find out the truth.
Draper, you realize they're very dangerous people. If they found out why you're here, they'd kill you.
No one is going to get killed, Nancy. We have a lot going for us. First of all, they don't know who I am. And secondly, I have the keys. Now, look, I'm going to leave here, and I'm going to phone April. She'll call the police once she knows that you're all right. Then I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to walk you out of here with a gun if necessary.
You have a gun?
No, I don't have a gun, but I know where I can get one. Dr. Bryson's office. I saw it when I was cleaning. Look, just don't worry. I promise you, you're going to be back with Mike by tonight. Look, why don't you put on those bandages, just in case somebody comes through the door? It's going to be okay.
Hello, Richie.
Before they caught me, I managed to call April.
Did you tell her to call the police?
No, I told her to hold off on it until I saw whether I could get you out of here. Who knows? Maybe this time she didn't listen to me either. Since I didn't show up, maybe she decided to take some action on her own.
You mean she might have figured that you need help?
Yeah, that's right.
Hi, gang. This me got a little surprise for you.
Wait a minute! Oh, my God. Nancy, I tried so hard to keep you out of this. Are you all right, Draper?
Yeah, I'm fine. Look, why did you come here? Why did you let him talk you into it?
I'm such a fool. He told me we were going to go see Emily. She's going to tell me the truth.
Look, just tell me one thing.
What?
Did you call the police?
No, you told me not to. I'm sorry, I didn't know. He told me.
Not to.
Okay, reunion time's over.
It'll be painless, Kenneth. Just think of it as euthanasia.
A mercy killing? For whose mercy, Beth?
Ours. Yours and mine. And for your daughter, too, for that matter. Oh, that's right. Now, you haven't thought of Valerie at all, have you? You've been under a great deal of tension these last years, Kenneth, but that's all going to change now.
Oh, yes, things will change. We'll be living with something more insidious. Fear.
No, Kenneth. Not if we act calmly and reasonably.
A calm, reasonable murder.
We're just going to put them to sleep. There'll be no violence.
Will you be quiet? I don't want to hear your voice. I don't want to hear the monstrous things you're saying.
We have to talk about this, Kenneth.
You know, Beth, there was a time when I devoted my entire life to trying to express my gratitude to you. The way you helped me when I was a starving medical student. The way you supported me when I was left alone in the world with a baby daughter. You made me what I am today.
Well, you'll be proud of yourself again, Kenneth. I promise you that.
And I'm even more grateful to you now. For an entirely different reason.
And what's that?
These past few weeks have shown me exactly why I stopped loving you.
More company, Doc.
Listen, I don't know what you people are all up to, but there are people who know exactly where I am.
Don't listen to her, Doc. I got the truth out of her before I brought her in here.
What truth?
She didn't call the cops. She didn't know that Nancy Karr was here. We're home free.
You sure, Sharkey?
I'm positive, Mrs. B. There's nothing standing in our way.
It'll be painless, Kenneth. Just think of it as euthanasia.
A mercy killing? For whose mercy, Beth?
Ours. Yours and mine. And for your daughter, too, for that matter. Oh, that's right. Now, you haven't thought of Valerie at all, have you? You've been under a great deal of tension these last years, Kenneth, but that's all going to change now.
Oh, yes, things will change. We'll be living with something more insidious. Fear.
No, Kenneth. Not if we act calmly and reasonably.
A calm, reasonable murder.
We're just going to put them to sleep. There'll be no violence.
Will you be quiet? I don't want to hear your voice. I don't want to hear the monstrous things you're saying.
We have to talk about this, Kenneth.
You know, Beth, there was a time when I devoted my entire life to trying to express my gratitude to you. The way you helped me when I was a starving medical student. The way you supported me when I was left alone in the world with a baby daughter. You made me what I am today.
Well, you'll be proud of yourself again, Kenneth. I promise you that.
And I'm even more grateful to you now. For an entirely different reason.
And what's that?
These past few weeks have shown me exactly why I stopped loving you.
More company, Doc.
Listen, I don't know what you people are all up to, but there are people who know exactly where I am.
Don't listen to her, Doc. I got the truth out of her before I brought her in here.
What truth?
She didn't call the cops. She didn't know that Nancy Karr was here. We're home free.
You sure, Sharkey?
I'm positive, Mrs. B. There's nothing standing in our way.
Listen, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, well, why don't you tell them about the little game you were playing at Sid's Tavern, huh?
I don't want to hear it, Sharkey.
See, while April was playing waitress, Richie was playing
Listen,
orderly.
I really think that you should know, Doctor. Doctor, I did call the police. Sharkey heard it wrong.
There's nothing wrong with my ears, honey.
My husband is an attorney. Mike Karr is the district attorney. We all have friends on the police force. Do you understand what you're doing? If anything happens to any of us, they will never stop looking for you. Never!
I know that.
Well?
Know it only too well. We'll be running for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, well, you may be running, but I'm going to be lying flat on my back in someplace nice and warm and friendly. And where the hell is Gideon? He should have been here with the money by now.
Gideon, you don't mean Ira Gideon.
The one and only. You see? She didn't know about him either.
Ira Gideon's dead.
Well, any minute now, he's going to be walking through that door. And if you're real lucky, you will be able to see what $1 million in cash looks like.
This should do it.
Oh, God forgive us.
It's Gideon! He's here! He's here!
I don't care about Ira Gideon. It's none of my business. The only reason we are here is because of Sharkey. I believed that Sharkey was involved in a paternity matter.
Be quiet.
How in the world did you keep Nancy Karr here? I mean, this is it's not a prison, it's a hospital.
I said, shut up.
Dr. Bryson, why don't you listen to me?
Mrs. Scott, do you want to see your husband again? Then keep your mouth shut.
What is that? I mean, why do you keep playing with it? What is it? What do you plan on doing with it?
The man of the hour is here. And look what he has brought.
Welcome, Mr. Gideon.
I'll take that from you, sir. Heavy. It's heavy. $1 million. $1 million. I've never seen anything so beautiful.
Oh, yes. It is lovely, Sharkey. But we have things to do before we can enjoy it.
No, the answer is no. We're not going to commit cold-blooded murder. We'll tie them up. Make sure they can't escape for at least 24 hours. That's all we need to leave the country. That's my decision, and that's final.
It is, huh? Well, this is my decision, and it is more than final. You are going to take care of them. Right now.
Wait a minute, Sharkey. Why don't you just tell me how you and Emily did it? I mean, the two of you were never alone.
You're forgetting.
You put that sign on the door the night I was here.
Yeah, well, I just tacked one of these babies on Emily's door, mine and Salad General.
You kept everyone out?
Like a charm. Great timing, Beth.
My stepdaughter's gone. She's on her way back to town.
Good.
Let's get this over with.
Well, it looks like your time's up.
No, I mean, you can't really want to do this. It's wrong. It's a crime.
You brought this on yourself, Mrs. Scott. Let's go.
You know what
Let's
they say, April. When you gotta go, you gotta go. You gotta go now. You know, this reminds me like one of those prison movies where the guards lead the condemned woman down the last mile.
Sharkey! Get her! Get her!
She's not going anywhere now.
That's right, Sharkey. There's only one way in or out of home.
Well, then why don't we just finish the operation? A lot of patients tense up before an operation, but you three are the worst.
How are we supposed to feel?
Hey, come on, loosen up. Relax. You're making me nervous.
Sorry to make you so uncomfortable.
I just thought of something funny. I thought of something that would make us all feel better. Sharky, why don't you tell Draper and Nancy the little tale you told me before?
I'm not here to provide entertainment.
Come on, it's such a scintillating love story about the hospital orderly and the mental patient. I'll bet you anything they'll make a movie about it. I'll bet you they will.
What are you talking about?
Sharky admitted it to me. He told me all about the torrid love affair he had with Emily Michaels when she was in the Hathaway Pavilion.
It's true, then.
No, she's lying.
How can you deny it now?
You're just trying to con your husband into getting back with you before the final bell tolls, huh?
I know exactly what you said to me.
I never laid a hand on her. Draper here's the lover boy who made Emily pregnant. I mean, look at you. The guy's a regular Don Juan.
Sharky, I know what you said. You're just trying to play another one of your cruel, stupid games.
April, it's not nice to accuse people of things they didn't do.
Now, how could you not believe him? He has such an honest face.
I love you, honey.
All right, fine. Break it up. Break it up right now. Move.
You know, I still think I'm going to wake up and open my eyes and someone's going to tell me that this was all a bad dream.
You're awake, Kenneth.
You're actually going to do it. You're actually going to murder 3 innocent people.
Unless you give the injections.
Oh, God, how did I get tangled up in this madness?
I'm doing this for you, Kenneth. I hope you appreciate that. Let's go.
Sharky, don't you have any feelings?
Come on, Mrs. Karr. And deep down inside, old Sharky's a real sweetheart. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is it? What is it that bothers you so much about these 2 people being near each other?
I got nothing against it. This does.
Look, if you think we're going to break down and beg, forget it. I wouldn't give you the satisfaction.
Yeah, well, one of those tearful farewells might get me misty-eyed myself.
Nothing could have an effect on you.
Look, I don't like what I'm doing. But I have to, so don't give me any more grief, okay? We don't have any time for these hearts and flowers scenes. We have important things to do. So you finally got here.
Everything under control.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Dr. Bryson, are you going to let this happen? Are you going to have to live with this for the rest of your life?
You'll get over that.
So what are we going to do here? Talk or take care of business, huh?
Take care of business, Sharky. Take care of business. Sharky! I think I will begin with Mrs. Karr.
No, join us, Mr. Gideon. You're about to see your fondest wish come true.
This will be over in no time, Mr. Gideon.
It's all over right now, Mrs. Bryson. Don't move.
First, that was going to be our plan. Calvin and I were just going to try to break into this place. We didn't know any other way of going about it.
Well, honey, I really don't think that would have worked with that electrified fence outside. Anyway, by the time you'd have gotten inside the building, they probably would have had us hidden somewhere.
I realize that now. But we got lucky. Just as we arrived, somebody else was arriving, too. We saw this black limousine with a very strange figure behind the wheel, a man in bandages.
Mm-hmm. There was Ira Gideon. He had gone for the money. He'd promised the Brysons $1 million.
And he had the money with him, although we didn't know that until Calvin flashed his badge and the man panicked.
I'm sure he did.
So Calvin asked him to get outside the car. When he did that, Gideon reached for the suitcase full of money. I've got to hand it to Calvin. He didn't demand to inspect the case. Mallory trains his people too well for that. He politely asked him what was inside the suitcase.
I hope that man was scared to death.
Well, he must have been, because that's when he made his mistake. He tried to drive away. Now he had broken the law, resisting an officer. The rest was simple. We took him into custody, even though we didn't know who this man who kept calling himself Kincaid was, but Calvin had a hunch it just might be Gideon.
And so you put on his bandages.
It was the perfect way to get inside this place. Obviously, they were expecting a bandaged man in a black limousine who smoked cigars. But they didn't know who was under the bandages. When I met that orderly, what was his name, Sharkey, at the gate, he called me Gideon. Then I knew that we were up against desperate people.
Did it occur to you that you could have been killed?
Honey, I was never in any danger.
Oh.
I was lucky. And I'm still lucky. Matter of fact, I think I'm the luckiest man in this world.
Oh, God.
Getting so big. I can't believe it. She's growing so fast. Getting prettier every day. Look at that face. Look at it.
You're welcome. Yes, we're lucky she remembers our face. Did you think we'd left you for good?
Well, one of these days when she's bigger, we'll tell her exactly what happened, why we had to leave.
Yeah. Why, your daddy's got a big bump on his head. You sure you're feeling all right?
Don't remind me. Yeah, it's okay. I don't think I'm really up to doing a full day's work, though.
I wouldn't let you.
But I have to get out of the office for just a little while. I'll talk to Cliff, and that'll give us the rest of the afternoon together.
Oh, yeah, look at that. I would like that. Listen, I'm going to go out for a little bit this morning. Nicole's coming home today, and I want to get her a welcome home gift. Maybe I'll get a welcome home gift for you. You want a welcome home gift, too? Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah. You've given me the only welcome home gift I've ever wanted. I can't believe it. We're having another baby.
I know, it's amazing. And all those doctors who said I'd never have a baby, huh? I'm going to call the doctor. Baby. Baby. You're supposed to have a baby.
That's the phone we're not going to answer.
Oh, Mrs. Timmons.
I'll get it. A Scott resident.
The one thing we're not going to do is talk to the press. Would you want some milk? Want some milk?
Well, I'm not sure Mr. Scott wishes to speak to you.
Who is it?
Mrs. Michaels. I told her you didn't want to take her call.
No. Mrs. Timmons, I will talk to her. Thank you. Emily, it's Draper.
Oh, Draper, I thought I saw your car drive in last night. I'm so glad you're back.
Yeah, I'm glad to be home, too.
I just can't wait to see you. Draper, you're not staying at the penthouse now, are you? I mean, April and you aren't back together or anything.
Why don't I talk to you about that in person, all right?
Do you mean it?
Yeah, sure. Look, I'll be down in a few minutes, okay?
Sure, that's wonderful. I'll see you in a few minutes. Bye. Oh, Draper, it's so wonderful to see you. It's been so long. You've been gone such a long time.
I heard that both of us were at the same place for a while.
Yes, I wanted to see you so much. That's why I went to East Meadows, because I can't stand it when I don't see you. I've been listening to the radio all morning. I just can't believe what was going on there. I knew that Matt Sharkey was a terrible person, but I had no idea that he was a criminal.
Yeah, there were a lot of criminals up there.
Just as long as you got back all right. Oh, how happy the Karrs must be right now, being back together again. Almost as happy as I am having you home.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad to be home, too, with my wife, my daughter.
Well, Julia won't be your only child for very long.
I know the truth, Emily. I know the truth. And I know that you're a liar.
But didn't Sharkey tell you that he had nothing to do with me at the hospital?
Oh, he tried to convince me of that. You told him I was there, didn't you? And then he took advantage of the situation by telling me that lie about you getting pregnant by a lawyer.
It's not a lie.
Don't you realize what you did by telling him that? You almost cost 3 people their lives. April, me, and Nancy.
Draper, I didn't know. I didn't know the danger I was putting you into. Honestly, I never would have told him.
So it's true. You did tell him. I didn't think Sharkey was smart enough to figure it out by himself. Did you also suggest the lies?
They weren't lies. God, this is a nightmare. I thought you were coming up here to take me in your arms and tell me you knew the truth, and that we'd always be together, that we'd be family.
I have a family upstairs.
But you still have no proof.
I do have proof. Sharkey told me himself.
No, he wouldn't do that.
He enjoyed it, Emily. He enjoyed telling me before he shot me.
No.
Well, that's what he had to do to protect himself. He had to kill all of us.
That man is a monster. He doesn't deserve any pity.
But you do.
Me?
You're carrying his child.
No, Draper, wait. You can't leave me like this. You can't.
Emily, I feel sorry for you, but God, you disgust me.
You used to love me. I was your wife once.
Yes, Kirk and Emily Michaels. That was a lie, too, wasn't it?
This baby I am carrying is yours. Now, if Matt Sharkey lied to you once, what makes you think he wouldn't lie to you a second time?
You had no need to lie again. It was like a deathbed confession.
But Draper, I love you.
And I love my wife, so let's just forget all of this.
I can't forget it. My God, you're my life. You're everything.
And you're carrying your life. Heredity doesn't have any effect on morality, so I'm sure if you try very hard, you'll be able to raise a decent human being.
No, not without you. Not without his father.
How long are you going to cling to this fantasy?
It's not a fantasy. It's the truth.
Convince yourself. Convince the baby if you can. But you'll never convince me.
No, Draper. Draper, wait. Wait, don't you see? Don't you see how impossible it would have been?
What?
For Sharkey and me to have had an affair in the hospital. No, don't you remember the Hathaway? With the doctors and the nurses walking all over the place at any time, any hour of the day? Don't you see how Sharkey and I could never have managed to have been alone?
I almost forgot something.
What?
Little souvenir. Something to remind you of Sharkey.
Oh, my gosh. Draper!
Good morning.
Good morning, darling. Oh. Hi, Nancy.
Oh, Kelly. Kelly, it's so good to see you.
Welcome home. So good to have you back.
It's so good to be back.
Well, here, sit down.
Okay. No, that's your chair.
No, right here.
Oh, no.
Now, how you feeling?
I'm good. I'll be all right. Okay.
Did you sleep all right?
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness, for the first time since this whole situation began.
Me too.
I can't tell you how wonderful it was to wake up in my own bed in my own room. What is all this?
Well, Kelly and I thought that we'd do the cooking today.
Yeah, we tried our best. We really did.
Oh, well, I'm sure it's going to be delicious. Okay, you fellas did the cooking. I'll do the serving.
Oh, no. You stay right there and relax. You just got out of the hospital, remember?
Y'all had something I want to forget as soon as possible.
Well, it looks like things are going to be back to normal here before we know it, huh?
Do you know, I love you both so much. I hope you know that.
We both love you, too.
Junk. Bill.
I thought he'd be so happy to see Junk Bill. Ah, welcome home, April.
of night.